Hello everyone, thank you for having me today. I'm happy to answer some interesting questions about myself, like an interview, and I'm trying to be as soon as possible. So let's get started. What characteristics define a good friend? Well, I think a good friend is someone who's honest with you and supportive, and a real friend is there not only during the good moments, but also when life gets so difficult. And I also believe that trust is one of the most important things in the friendship, because if you can't trust someone, it's hard to have a strong relationship or just tell them things or something like that. For me, a good friend is also who respect my opinions, and if they don't agree with you, well, pues nobody, there's no good friendship. Or if you can't talk about things like seriously, or maybe um, get some point, or medium points, is not like a good friendship. If you fight or start fighting about that kind of things, I think that's not a good friendship. And I think that for me it's not easy to make good friends. I think it's easy to meet people, but it's much harder to find or get some true friends. And in real friendships, I take my time because I need to know the other person very well to build this stronger friendship or the trust that I like to give to some persons. Do you think video games make people violent? Personally, I don't think that video games make people violent. Well, too much people plays video games all days, and most of them are respectfully and like good people. I think the environment or the person's education is what makes them violent, or make them some kind of way like, yeah, violent, because what they see in video games and what they actually knows about what I'm saying, the education that have. And I think parents should make sure that children's games are appropriate for their age. And I don't think video games are the main violent behavior. Do you play video games? Yes, sometimes, but not very often. When I play, I usually choose relaxing or fun games. Like, I like to play just to entertain myself, or when I have nothing to do. I also have video games in my phone, but there's no many things. It's like coloring books or something like that, like to reduce stress or that kind of things. Now speaking about personal experience, that reminds me one of my favorite childhood memories, that answers some of that questions. What is your most memorable experience from elementary school? I remember I really enjoy celebrating my birthday with my best friend of that time. I think I was in third grade, when we celebrate at school with our classmates and our friends, and afterward my mom or the mom took us away from school, and they 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 take us to a restaurant, I guess, and every day we're together. We go to a park and we play all day. I also have some cards. I try to search or look for old pictures, but I didn't have any pictures. But I have um, some letters that she gives me, and little gifts that we have. And I still remember how excited we were because our birthdays are so close, and and that was so cute. That even passed some many years ago, so I I don't remember very well, but that's one of my favorite memories because I was surrounded by people I care about. And why is this memory special to you? It's special because it reminds me of a time when life felt simple and carefree. Whenever I think about that day, it makes me smile. Now let's talk about the future and how do I think my life will be in 10 years. Well, I hope I have a house and stable job that I really enjoy. I would also like to have financial stability, and so I can help my family and to live comfortable. Maybe I have started a family, but I don't want to rush to that part of my life. I want to travel around the world. I want to find new places, to feel good in some places. I love learning about different cultures and discover beautiful places, and I like to do these kind of things before I get married or I have kids or something like that. Talking about traveling brings me to the next question. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go? I think I could choose definitely Greece. I've seen many photos and videos, and I think Greece have different views and some interesting places, and his culture I really love about how gods in Greek story, it's so interesting. What is responsible tourism? For me means traveling in a way that respects nature, culture, communities, and that things. For example, tourists should avoid littering, save water, respect local traditions, and support local business instead of damaging the environment. How can you practice responsible tourism? I can practice by cleaning up after myself, respecting local culture or rules, avoiding wasting resources, and being respectful for people who live in that places. After answering all these questions, I realized I know myself better than I thought. I may reflect on what's really important in my life and friendship. And the topic that made me think of the most was why or was imagine my life in 10 years, because that reminds me that my future depends on me and on the decisions I make today, and it also motivates me to continue studying and doing the things I love. Overall, I enjoy answering these questions because they help me to express my opinion and remember like meaningful moments in my life. Thanks for listening.